Greetings. Oh, I'm live. Greetings, everybody. So I'm just going to go live on Instagram. It kind of caught me off guard a bit there this morning. Oh, greetings. Good morning, everybody. June Allen here from juneallen.net. And I teach black women who struggle with self love, sisterhood, and sobriety. So, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all doing well on this amazing Friday morning. Okay. So, yeah. I hope you're doing okay. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a mum, I'm an entrepreneur. I am also a therapist, a psychotherapist in training, which I absolutely love. And I'm here today to talk about how to stay hopeful in difficult times. Okay. How to stay hopeful in difficult times. Now, with the whole, we've had this recent announcement. Oh, in the UK, we're still in lockdown, and also the children are going. They've changed the times when the kids are going to be going back to school now. It's not going to be until March, which I'm not even sure if March is going to happen. But anyway, with all of that going on, and us kind of, this is the third time now in the last year that we've gone into this lockdown, and it's I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really struggling with this third lockdown. So I thought I would jump on and share some of the ways that I'm finding useful in how to stay hopeful. Okay, staying hopeful is so important. Staying hopeful is so important. So I wanted to jump on and really share some of the tools and things that I use that really help me to stay focused and helpful in what's going on. Okay, so just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. Hi, thanks everyone for joining. Hi, Dion. Looking forward to your class tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. Um, yeah, so I have a freemium. I have a free ebook with 101 simple self love tools. Okay, 101 simple self love tools. So if you're struggling with how to take care of yourself and you're looking for some really, really easy ways to look after yourself in these crazy times, okay, click the link in my bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net, and get your absolutely free ebook with 101 simple self-love tools. Okay, so that's that. So now I'm going to get into the tea. So 5 things, okay, 5 ways for you to nurture hope. Okay, 5 ways for you to feel hopeful and stay hopeful in these crazy times. Okay, so the first thing is keep it in the day. Okay, keep it in the day. It is really, really hard to think too far ahead at the moment because things are changing all the time. Things are changing all the time, and sometimes I know for me, if I think too far ahead, it can get quite depressing because we don't know what's going to be happening. I mean, there's I'm a retreat facilitator as well, and I run a black women's retreat in Ghana with my amazing business partner Faith Agugu, and we've had to have some serious conversations this year about what are we going to do, how are we going to do it, but obviously we can't plan actually going to Ghana again this year because with everything that's gone on, it's just impossible. But yeah, so it's important to actually make those decisions long term, but to think about what the alternative can be. So really keeping things in the day and actually always being thinking about ways that you can pivot and try and do things that are going to be within your power. Okay, so keeping it in the day for me means that I can just focus on, okay, well, what do I need today? How am I feeling today? Do a little check-in with yourself. Okay, this is something that me and my daughter have been doing on a daily basis, and that's actually been really helpful. So that's number 2, is to pause. Okay, pause and check in with yourself. Give yourself what I call a compassion break. Okay, give yourself a little compassion break. Give yourself permission to go, okay, what is really going on physically, what's going on with me emotionally, what's going on for me spiritually, how am I feeling about things, how is this really impacting what's going on for me. And when you pause, okay, you give yourself permission to really consciously think about what your needs are, and then you can make a different choice. You can make a different choice if you're more aware of what's going on for yourself in the present. You can decide what the next step or the next self-soothing thing can be. Okay, but you have to be willing to pause and slow down and just really check in with yourself. Okay, to have that really important time to do that. And also, when you do have that time to give yourself permission to pause and check in, you can really think about, how what is the impact of what's going on in the news, all of the stuff that we're hearing about COVID and whatever it is, on social media, or whether it's on normal telly or whatever it is. You're giving yourself permission to also think about the impact of those things. I don't watch a lot of news now. I maybe, we do a little me and my daughter do like a Boris check-in probably once a day, just to see if there's any updates or anything like that. But what I'm not going to do is kind of sit on watching the news, and then obviously looking on what's going on my phone and on social media, because all of that stuff is all on there as well, and it's just so negative. It's just so it's not good for my well-being. I need to be able to find a way to look forward to something in order for me to feel more hopeful about things. I have to limit the times that I'm spending looking at those things. Yeah, so Dion's saying the news is it is depressing. It's depressing. If we're not looking at the madness of Boris, we're looking at the madness of what's going on in the States or wherever it is. It's just there's so much pain going on at the moment, and then having to think about people that are losing their jobs as a result of COVID, the disproportionate stuff around black people getting affected by COVID. There's just so many things to take in. So giving yourself permission to pull away from those things and really take the time to pause and, like I said before, have a compassion break to really think about, okay, well, where am I? That is so important. Okay, so that's number 2, to take a pause. Number 3 is to honor how you feel. Okay, I know there's a lot of stuff out there with people saying, be positive and share some gratitude and all of the rest of it. But sometimes you need to just say, actually, I feel like shit. Sometimes you just need to be honest with yourself and say, actually, I feel like rubbish. I don't feel good, and this is making me feel like X, Y, or Z. I'm feeling angry today, or I'm feeling despair today, or whatever it is. You have to honor those things, and not from the position that you're going to sit in it all day long and all the rest of it, and not have any sort of hope at all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just being honest with yourself, being honest with the fact that you're a human being, and today, or in this moment, I feel like pants, and I'm just going to own it. Okay? Because another really important thing about being able to own how you feel is that you're more in a better position to be able to say what you need. When you can honor how you feel, you can also claim what you need. And you can't do that if you're spiritual bypassing. I see a lot of spiritual bypassing going on. Be positive, be grateful. And yes, those things are important to a certain extent. But there is a lot to be said for actually being able to put your hands up and go, actually, no, I'm not gonna spiritual bypass that. I'm not just gonna hide how I'm feeling in gratitude or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with myself and say, actually, I feel angry today. I feel angry about being in lockdown for the 3rd time. I feel angry about not being able to get my job. I feel angry about what's being said and what's being done by the government or whatever it is. Hi, Marie. Thanks for joining. So being able to really own that, and stand in that, okay, is so important. And hope comes from, you can think about where you are in that moment, but then you get to choose. Okay, well, what am I going to do next? What can I do today that's going to help seed what's going on tomorrow? Okay, what can I do today that's going to help seed tomorrow? And that's what hope is, essentially. Hope is essentially having faith in the future. Okay, hope is about being able to recover and move forward from the stressful events of today. So Dion's saying, I'm guilty of saying these things and not owning up to how I really feel. Right, and I'm not saying that being positive and whatever is not important. It's an important part of it, but just be mindful that you're not using those words to spiritual bypass yourself, to gaslight yourself into how you're really feeling. If you're feeling rubbish, it's okay to feel rubbish. And it's again part of our humanity, and part of the healthy having a healthy relationship with yourself is about giving yourself permission to own all the parts of you, to own all the emotions. Okay, next month in the mastermind, we're going to be focused on, it's about sacred self-knowledge, and self-knowledge in the sense that your emotional self, your physical self, your spiritual self, your identity, who you are as a black woman. We're going to be looking at a lot of those things. We're going to be looking at how to manage your emotions, which is really important, and we're going to also be looking at how to build a daily practice, okay, which is really, really important. And again, that is an important part of nurturing hope. That's a really, really important part of nurturing hope, in doing these things daily, checking in with who you are as a human being, checking in with who you are in terms of COVID, checking in with who you are in terms of your parenting or your relationship or whatever. Just give yourself permission to just keep it in the day, man. Just keep it in the day, and really honor what's going on for you in that moment. Okay, so honor it, honor how you feel, and don't ignore it. So yeah, if you want more, if you want to join it's sacred. My mastermind is called the Sacred Sister Sanctuary, and it is specifically for black women. And at the moment, I'm doing this throughout the beginning of this year. We're going through a course called Self-Love Essentials. So I'm teaching all of the basic things that you need to start your wellness practice, or reset. If you've already started it, it's going to help you reset it. Okay, so if you're interested in joining the mastermind, you can click the link in the bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. Okay, so that's number 3. Okay, honor the pain. Okay, honor the pain, and you seed the hope. Honor the pain, and you're going to seed the hope. All right, so number 4. The fourth way to stay hopeful is to focus on what you can change. Okay, focus what's in your power. You can't change what Boris says. Okay, you can't change what Boris says. So Marie's saying, yes, it can be hard to admit to those feelings, especially for me, and when others ask, but I don't tell them. But I do tell them. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it's an important thing. And actually, when you focus on how you feel, when you focus on what's going on for you, that is something that is within your power. You can't change other people. You can't change a lot of the circumstances around this whole COVID thing, but you can change how you respond to it. And that's where the power is. Okay, so you focus on what you can change. Focus on the little things, the little self-soothing things that you can do for yourself. Whether it's snuggling and binge watching Netflix, or snuggling up with your pet if you've got a really nice, if you've got a cat or whatever, a dog or whatever it is, snuggling up with that person to help you self-soothe. If you're living in the house with somebody else, like with my daughter, we have lots of hugs. And we'll talk to each other, we check in with each other, we see how each other's doing. Sometimes we'll just get under the duvet and watch rubbish telly. Sometimes we'll cook together. There's so many different things, but these small things are the things that's going to make such a difference in terms of feeling hopeful. Okay, so yeah, just really, really focus on the things that you can change, and just put to one side the things you can't. Another tool that I'll share with you that I do use in terms of focusing on what I can check. The stuff that I can't, I have like a God box, or what I call a Ra box. Okay, a bot, whether you call it God or Buddha or whatever, however you identify with a higher power. Create a box, okay, and all of those things that you're worried about, that you don't know how you're going to do it, you just write it on a post-it note what the issue is, and put it in the God box. Put it in the God box and forget about it. And there's been quite a few times when I've gone into the box and had a look what's in there, and actually a lot of the stuff that's been in there, it's been dealt with. It's been, all of those things that I found that I just didn't have a clue how it was going to work out. They got figured out because I just put them in the God box and just handed it over. If there are any actions that I needed to take, then obviously I take those actions, because those things are not just going to get resolved by themselves. Okay, but there's something about putting something in the box. It's almost like what it is putting it in the God box means you're letting go of the outcome. That's what it is. When you put it in the God box, you're letting go of the outcome, and you just focus on the actions that you need to take. If there aren't any actions that you need to take and you can't do nothing about it, you just have to have some acceptance around that. I can't do nothing about it, and just really, really focus on just taking care of yourself, really, really taking care of yourself, and just being really, um, yeah, just being really, really mindful of what's in your power, because you do have some choices. You do have some choices about what you're going to do. One of the things that I'm going to be doing this weekend is seeing Dion, the lovely Dion. If you're not following Dion at the moment, you need to follow Dion if you want to do some creative stuff. She's an amazing mosaic artist. And as part of my self-care, tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing one of her workshops to learn how to create. I think it's a chakra wheel out of kind of like mosaic tiles and stuff. So I've got my little package here, which I haven't opened yet, Dion. I'm going to open it later. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, because that's an opportunity for me to kind of nurture myself, nourish myself, meet up with other people that are just being creative, and just not think about all of the shite that's going on at the moment, So think about the ways that you can do this. Maybe Dion, we could come and do, you could, before your next workshop, maybe we could do a live stream or whatever about the importance of being creative and how that's important for your well-being as well. So we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, so that's really, really important, to really focus on what you can change. And number 5, the last one, is spend time with people that are hopeful. Okay, spend time with people that are hopeful, not that are going to spiritual bypass you, like I said before. Okay, but for people that are going to be able to honor the fact that you're feeling not great, but can also help you to give you something to look forward to as well. In this live stream, I'm trying to inspire hope, but at the same time, I'm also being realistic about the fact that sometimes things feel shit. All right, sometimes things feel shit. So it's really, really important, really, really important, okay, to look at your circle, and are you just kind of surrounded by people that are being negative, or they're surrounded by people that that don't, that aren't really helpful, that are not nourishing you. Okay, that's not to say that that people aren't, like I said, that people aren't allowed to be upset or whatever. People are going to be upset for different reasons, and you can honor that, but make sure it's reciprocal. Make sure there's alignment, I think is what I'm trying to say. Make sure there's a balance between being hopeful and being honest about how you feel. And is that person really committed to the solution, or are they committed to staying in the the sadness and all the negative stuff? Are they committed to that, or are they just processing? There's a difference between processing and being committed to the pain. Okay, so really look at that for yourself. So those are the 5 things, that I do to stay hopeful during these difficult times. So number 1, keep it in the day. Okay, keep it in the moment sometimes if you need to. Number 2, take a pause, take a compassionate break if you need to. Boundary the time that you're spending on social media and looking at the news. Okay, get yourself some little comfy blankets and just find ways to really self-soothe and nourish yourself. They're going to make you feel really feel calm. They're going to help to reduce the anxiety, going to help you reduce the stress of the uncertainty of everything that's going on at the moment. Number 3 is honor the pain. Okay, don't spiritually bypass yourself. Be honest with how you feel about things, so that you can move forward onto the next right thing that's going to help you to move from whatever the pain is into the next phase. Okay, number 4 is focus on what you can change. That is probably the most important one of all. Focus on what you can change. Focus on how you're taking care of yourself. Focus on how you spend your day. Do you have structure? Do you have structure? Are there things that you can do to create a framework for yourself on a daily basis? What does your wellness practice look like on a daily basis? Okay, focus on what you can change. And number 5, find yourself some hopeful people and talk to them. Have conversations with them. Nourish each other. Love on them. Hear them. Sit with them. They let them sit with your pain. Let them, you sit with theirs. And then you talk about what you can do. Focus on the solution. Focus on the solution, but don't ignore the pain. Okay, those are the 5 things to help you stay hopeful in these difficult times. Okay, if you've got anything that you want to share any questions or anything that you have on anything that I've shared today, you can send me a DM, or you can email me info@yardofgreatness.com. If you'd like to join me for the mastermind next month, where we're going to be talking about, how to build your daily practice and how to manage your emotions. Those are the two master classes. There'll be other things going on as well. You can go to click the link in the bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. Don't forget to get your 101 simple self-love tools as well. If you haven't done already, you can click the link in the bio and get that. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Dion, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.